Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Behind the Bullseye. I am Travis Keys, joined by,
Dan Meyer.
hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you? It's been a while.
I know. Where are you?
I'm back in Michigan City.
Ah, very good. So it's been a while since we've done this Behind the Bullseye. Obviously, I've seen you and we've been working on a bunch of stuff since, but I think we brought it back today for a very special reason, right?
We have we have a
You,
very, very exciting announcement.
yeah, you want to share that with people?
I will. We have an official release date for Bulls. It's it's going to be released in select theaters and on video on demand on Friday, January 9th, 2026.
Well,
So
I
a
think
very
I know what
exciting
I'll be
day.
doing that night.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so exciting.
We still don't know the cities yet. I don't think we're going to know them until sometime between Christmas and the New Year, just because of the way it works out. We know it's going to have to be in either New York or LA, but we're still trying to figure out Michigan City and Chicago. So yeah, as soon as we know the all of the dates and or not the dates, but the cities, we'll let you know.
I have to say, I mean, the New Yorker in me would love it in New York, but also now that it's getting cold here, I'd love it to be in LA so I can fly
Wouldn't be
out to
bad.
LA.
Yeah, that wouldn't be
Even
bad
both would be
either.
fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're back in Michigan City, Indiana, and how's the weather?
I mean, if you like snow and cold, it's fantastic.
So I know you just recently went back there. I'm sure people are asking questions. Are you still keeping it under wraps? You know, until we officially let this video out and people know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously some people know when it's coming out, but for the most part, I'm like, yeah, we'll be letting you know soon. And yeah, this is it.
Oh, that's so
So,
exciting. So it's been such a long kind of road to here. What are you most excited about?
man, I've honestly, I mean, just for everybody to see it, it's been so long, and everybody that's seen it so far, knock on wood, has been really excited about it. Has really dug it. So it'll be great, and especially for the people here in Michigan City. I mean, it's where I'm from. It's where we set the movie, where we shot the movie, and so that'll be a lot of fun too for everybody to see.
I mean, there's obviously a lot of people that have followed this journey with us, but now we're kind of getting this news out and this film out, to a larger audience. And I know the Bulls takes place in a very specific kind of world, surrounded by the world of darts and bar culture and league darts and world championships of darts. But it's really sort of about second chances and found family and community. What kind of sparked you to tell this story, and what was the catalyst for it?
I just started playing darts with friends and in New York, and was an actor, and all my friends I was playing darts with were mostly actors, and so I thought, hey, I seen other actors write parts for, write movies for them and their friends, and that be successful, and I was like, well, let's try that. So I did, and then a long time ago, and that's where Bulls was born. And then it just didn't happen that way, but it happened this way, and it happened. The way it feels like it was always meant to be. And it was always an underdog story, obviously, but it was always set in New York. So it made a lot of sense to bring it here to a smaller town and have that real sort of the town rally around the guys and that element to it. So it just really lent itself.
Yeah. I mean, this film really kind of walks that tightrope between like comedy and, that really heartfelt, vulnerable moments. And as a director, how did you keep it, funny, but keep the characters not being the punchline?
Well, the first thing when we started, I told actors, I said, don't try to be funny. The movie will the movie will be funny. The things that happen, the scenes that happen, the situations, the characters, the dialogue, hopefully, but don't try to be funny. Just play it straight. And one of our producers, Ryan Lewis, out in LA, when he was watching dailies, he contacted me, partway through the shooting. He was like, "This is amazing." He was like, "You could edit this movie to be a drama or a comedy." Which I thought was kind of terrible at the time, but it turns out that was a pretty cool thing to be able to like, oh, we could do this either way. So yeah, but it does have, it has a bunch of different elements to it. A
Oh,
friend
I
of
love
mine who saw it recently, he was like, it has this and this and this and this, and it's all these different things, and then they all come together, and somehow they magically all work. Like it all just works. So yeah,
Well, speaking of it all working, I mean, you kind of you wore multiple hats on this. You were the writer and the director. Was there a moment, sort of like when that story on the page kind of surprised you, and like, or the locations or something like really kind of just it all came together and was kind of a wonderful moment or a surprising moment for you?
Well, certainly, we shot the World Darts Championship at the Uptown Social here in Michigan City, the event center. Great people over there. And then we were going to set up a deal with them, and it didn't work out. We were looking at other places, and no place was just right. And then I went to the actual U.S. Darts Masters in New York and saw there. And then I came back and I was like, guys, can we please work this out? And we did. But not only that, then through Peter Cetera at the CDC, we we got this major, North American darts tournament to come to Michigan City. The weekend before we shot, we built the set. They played their tournament on our set, and we went up there and shot on it right after that, and used all that footage. And that was a really kind of magical thing. All of that coming together right there for the biggest moment in the movie. So
I
yeah,
love
that
that.
was fantastic.
Bulls is at the heart is really an underdog story, and not just for characters, but if you look up at like art imitating life, it's an underdog story for filmmaking itself. This was made in a small town of Michigan City, Indiana. It's got big, hard, limited resources, huge ambition. I mean, it was a large undertaking to get such a small film, make it look so huge. And what was it you hope audiences walk away with, or independent filmmakers walk away, that maybe of how this movie got made, or that really at the heart of this, the film imitating art and life imitating art.
I mean, I didn't know when I was writing it that I was writing a niche film. I always thought, I was like, man, the thing that's going to kill us is darts because nobody cares. But it turned out to be the exact opposite. So that was one of the things that people were like, no, that's just never been done before, and that's great. And the popularity of darts right now. But so that's one thing. As we've gone through this process, my first time directing a movie, a lot of people's first time being in a movie or acting, period. Um, but we were really organized, and we really knew what we wanted to do. I had said from the beginning, I was like, this movie might be terrible. I don't know, but it won't be terrible because I'm not prepared. So I just made sure I was prepared as much as I could be. We got great actors, and I'm just saying, if you're a filmmaker out there, I mean, we're getting a theatrical release from Vertical Entertainment. We're starting to do international sales now. You can do it. I mean, it's you can do it. It's possible to do. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of sacrifice, but you can make it happen. And it's one of the best decisions I ever made, was to make this movie here in Michigan City. We couldn't have made it. It wouldn't have turned out as well as it did if we had made it someplace else.
Yeah,
Because we had the whole
that was
town.
what's, I think, one of the most beautiful things is the community really supporting this film and helping us get it made. From coming on and donating meals to time to people showing up and being extras. Uh, um, what's it
Giving us
like
their
now?
homes and their
Yeah.
businesses to shoot in, and yeah, to put
Uh,
cast and crew up.
Hometown boy makes good, right?
Yeah, I mean, so far.
Let's talk about the process a little bit. I know you started this. You initially kind of started as an actor, but now that you're writing and now directing, this is your first film that you've actually sat down and direct. What was it like to kind of prepare yourself for this, and not only that, choosing and kind of going through the casting process of who you finally ended up in these roles?
Some roles, I mean, a couple, no, I guess well, a couple of them were just like friends that I like knew, like professional actors that came in and played parts, and they were fantastic, that I'd had them in mind for a long time. All the rest was just casting. We had an open casting call here in Michigan City. That's where we got most of our people. Um, and that's where we got our lead, Mayor Steinberg, who plays Hank. He just walked in, and I couldn't believe it. I was just like,
I mean,
wow.
here's someone that worked as a security person at a steel mill here in Michigan
Yeah.
City, Indiana, right?
Yeah. No, yeah. The steel mill is like 20 miles away or so, but yeah, that's what he did. And now he's got an agent in Chicago, and he's going on auditions. He just did a guest spot on like Chicago Med or one of those,
I
and
love
booked
it.
another movie. And yeah, so Yeah, it's been amazing, and everybody in the film does a great job. A lot of local people. We also a lot of music. We put out feelers. We're like, hey, on social media and that, we're like making this movie. If you're interested in some music, some of your music, original stuff being in movies, and the movie, send it our way. And that's one of the things that people comment on the most. The people that have seen it, they're like, the music is fantastic. There's like, and they're like, and there, it's no joke. They're like, there are movie stars in this film, and there are hit songs that are in this film.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's and a lot of that is from all from this like Northwest Indiana to Chicago region. Some friends of music, from LA and stuff like that. But most of it's from around here.
So, I mean, you have these incredible moments between actors, and you have the Gallion brothers that that come on and have to work off each other, but then have to work off Hank and Austin. Then you have Jackie and Hank, and then you have all these dynamics. What was it like to kind of write that on the page and then kind of direct it and make those characters come alive and have those real authentic moments between people that felt real and that were kind of did you really have to coach the actors, or did you kind of like let them do their thing, or
I think a large part of it is the casting, obviously, and I think we cast the movie really, really well. All from Mayor and Dennis, who plays Jackie, and Matt, who plays Austin, Kelsey, Rich, and Ian, and Mike Shannon, obviously.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean, just all down the list. But getting to the Gallion brothers, like the Gallion brothers had never. I knew them from here. They had a band, and they just have this real sort of rock and roll vibe to them. And I thought, man, these guys would be great, but they had never acted before. So, we got pushed because of, variety of things and strikes and whatnot. So we just kept rehearsing. We would just get together and just rehearse. So we rehearsed, ended up rehearsing for like 2 years. And then you see them in the movie and you're like, they're fantastic. I mean, they're amazing. The only funny thing is that the first day we were shooting, they showed up and they were just kind of lost. And then they, said to me, in the 2 years that we rehearsed, if you'd have just taken one day and said, this is what it's like on a movie set. So we knew what was going on and what to expect. I was like, oh yeah. But anyway, yeah, they've been, that was it, and everybody else just did we just cast it, with the right people.
having you've been in the film industry and around it, whether it's been theater or films and acting in films. What was the experience this time as a director, that kind of the one thing you that surprised you the most, or that you're going to take away and hopefully do the next film?
Um, Bigger budget would be nice. I mean, honestly, it has been 3 years in the making, and every time I'm like, oh, we're done. We got the movie's done. It's off. It's this. It's like, oh no, there's a whole other level of stuff you have to do, and there's a whole other, it's working on a bunch of stuff right now for the distribution of the movie, and then yeah, it just never ever stopped. And we're such a small production, and we don't have any money, and so we're just doing it ourselves.
Yeah,
It's like a full-time job for years.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so.
Sort of brings me to the last question. Now, when the audience walks out of this theater, whether they're coming out of the theater or watching it streaming at home on January 9th, what's the feeling, or that one feeling or thought that you hope is still bouncing in their heads, the next day, or even a week later?
Okay, this is a little bit of a two-part answer.
Yeah,
So my feeling has been this for a long time, is that, there's just, the world is what it is. There's ups and downs, there's great stuff, there's terrible stuff. Uh, so I have found that when I write and now direct, I'm like, if you can go and spend an hour and a half and have some laughs and cheer and root for somebody and care about somebody and get that sort of feeling of like that hope and what it feels like to fall in love or to watch two people fall in love and connect, then what's better than that? You
yeah,
know? And then the other thing I thought was like, I want people, especially people that aren't from around here, to leave the theater or watching it at home and go, there's no way that was shot in Indiana. There's no way. Did you see it's like an ocean there and it's this beautiful beach? Like there's no way that was shot in Indiana. And hey, let's maybe go throw some darts. Would
yeah.
also be nice.
All
So
right. I love it. Any closing thoughts or plugs for the last moments of this wonderful special Behind the Bullseye announcement episode?
Yeah, I just, thank everybody so much for, their patience because I know people you're like, hey, what's going on? What's happening? Why haven't we seen or heard, but it just takes a long time. Thanks for all your support. Hope you see the film and not only see the film, hope you love the film and then tell everybody else, like, hey, you got to check this movie out. Mike Shannon saw it and he was like, I don't want to hurt your feelings but I can't think of any other word to say. The movie's just so sweet. It's so sweet. He said it just made me feel great. I was like, that doesn't hurt my feelings at all. That's the point. That's they call them feel good movies, and this is one of them. So yeah, spread the word.
I love it. And well, we got one more special surprise for you today. We're actually now dropping a link below where you can watch the trailer for Bulls, coming out January 9th in select streaming and theaters near you. I would say watch it, share the news, and spread it because, this is a difficult world, and this is a little break that's going to give you the feelies and some feel goods. And there's nothing better than that. And you know what? Anything else, Dan, that you want to share?
I think that's it. Just thanks so much.
January 9th. See Bulls. Share the news.
Alistair Whitman is going to need 3 bullseyes to win the first televised World Championship. If anybody can get a hat trick, it's Alistair Whitman.
Bro, this is pathetic. We need some way to get people in here.
Hey.
Real people.
I'm looking for Hank Fuller and Austin Turner.
Who are you?
How would you like to play the Galleon brothers for the darts championship of the world?
They're the best ever.
This is some kind of joke.
We've decided to give an unknown team a shot at the title, and we've chosen you.
We'll do it.
Dude, are you okay?
This is what we've been looking for, Hank. We go save the bar.
Are we gonna make complete fools of ourselves on national TV?
Yeah, you will, unless you do exactly what I say. My father is Alistair Whitman.
Seriously?
Yeah. Let's get to work. We got a lot to do. Fellas, I'm going to teach you as my father taught me.
It's a practice sport. It's gonna take us forever to finish the game.
We said we'd do it, so just do it.
Do we have to do it like this?
I don't know. But we're here, so throw.
What happened? You bozos lose a bet?
People are laughing at us.
Yeah, they are. You look ridiculous.
These guys are the best in the world, and I can't even hit a bullseye at home by myself.
There's a champion inside you.
You tossers. After tonight, they're never gonna forget your names. You gotta have a cool nickname.
Hank the Hammer? It is pretty cool.
Yeah, because you're not being called a tosser.
Austin?